Balder was the god of light, justice, and wisdom. He was the most beautiful god of all, and also extremely kind, and so he was adored by both men and gods. Balder sought goodness and peace. This god was the son of Odin and his wife Frigga. After a dream, the god foresees his own death. Since he was a favorite among gods, his mother resorted to animals and plants in order to ensure that nothing bad would ever happen to Balder, and so the god becomes invulnerable. Loki, jealous of him, discovers the single vulnerability of Balder and orchestrates his death. Hel is the goddess of the world of the dead, a role similar to the one of Hades from Greek mythology. Her kingdom is found on the depths of Niflheim and was protected by an ice dog named Garmr. The goddess had a sinister demeanor. Half of her body was a normal woman, and the other half was a corpse in decomposition. In her kingdom, the goddess was sovereign and invincible, so no god dared to challenge her. Njord is a Vanir god. He is the personification of the seas and is associated with the winds and fishing. And since the Scandinavian people depend on the sea for their survival, Njord is one of the most venerated gods. He is also the father of the gods Freyr and Freya. Loki is the famous god of deceit and mischief. Despite living in Asgard, he is the son of the giants Jotunheimr. Among his several powers, he has the ability to assume different shapes. This god is a great strategist, but more often than not, he uses his superior intelligence just to feed his own ego. Nonetheless, the other gods make use of his skills to solve different sorts of problems. Loki often does pranks and sets booby traps for the gods. Therefore, his myths for the most part have a humorous trait. This god keeps entangling himself in disarrays and adventures with many gods, in particular with Thor, who is particularly fond of him. Despite his playful side, this god also has a really evil character. He will be responsible for leading the forces of evil during the Ragnarok.